I took out the spoiled piece of meat and gave the last piece of meat to my son, but my husband took it and ate our only food. We had already been adrift at sea for 3 days, and my husband had consumed all the food and water. Not only were my son and I starving, but we were also pushed aside by him, while he himself lay down and slept deeply. At that moment, the Coast Guard found us, but to my surprise, he threw an empty bottle of mineral water at me, indicating that you shouldn't throw trash into the sea, and then left. I was exhausted, and suddenly a big wave hit us and we were swept onto a deserted island. My son and I were cold and hungry, and my husband still asked us to build a house for him. Looking at the sticks and stones, I finally chose to use wood to build the house. I was working hard to build the house, while my husband slept peacefully beside me. Finally, I finished building the house, and Jack immediately ran inside. My son and I were shivering from the cold wind, and the house collapsed in the wind. I was secretly satisfied when suddenly Jack asked me to build a stone house. So I started building the house again with stones, and my son was helping me too. In no time, I finished the house, and Jack was very happy. Suddenly, he saw a branch and pulled it, and the house suddenly collapsed with stones rolling toward Jack. I could hardly bear it, but this time I built a house with big stones, though it had no door. The cold wind made us shiver, and suddenly I spotted a pile of leaves. After picking them up, I realized there was a wild man inside. I used the leaves to make a door, and at last we had shelter. But my son was hungry, and at that moment I saw a bird eating fruit on the ground. So I caught the bird and roasted it to eat, and the bones I threw away were picked up and eaten by the wild man from before. Next, I took sunscreen and lipstick out of my bag. My son suggested that I write a distress signal on a piece of cloth, and suddenly I had an idea. I unbuttoned my clothes and wrote the distress signal on my back. As expected, a pilot in the sky was attracted and dropped a lifeboat down to us. But as soon as my son sat down, Jack pushed him out. At that moment, I was very angry, but I could only watch Jack get rescued. But just when he thought he was safe, there was a sudden jolt, and Jack was thrown out and fell into the sea. Indeed, bad people never have a good ending. At that moment, I finally noticed the wild man. This was the man of my dreams.